Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. We will be closing out basically the first 2 weeks of May of 2022, and then in the next video I will be setting up the basically weeks 3 and 4, which is May 15th through the 31st, I believe. So stay tuned for that one as well. On this channel I create budgeting content to helping pay off basically my student loans, which are right now about $200K. Absolutely insane, but I hope to kind of break that down and you guys can follow along on this journey. We are filming on the floor today because it just has been the most crazy, emotionally draining, mentally draining past 2 weeks, and I should get this video filmed, so I figured out a way to film basically on my carpet. I don't think there's really any issue with this. It's actually much more convenient for me because I don't have to clean off any surfaces or book a room to film in. Let me know if this is weird or if it's just fine. I can't even really tell the difference. So let's check out the expenses that I've had for those first 2 weeks of May. As you can see, there really wasn't that many. However, I had a really big oopsies, as in I wasn't really taking into account the transactions I had on my credit cards. In the past, I had separated it out with my Discover card and then Bank of America card. However, I just haven't been doing that, and it's actually really impacting my budget. I think I'm just gonna go back to putting it all on my debit card. The only benefit to putting it on my credit cards was I got cash back or rewards, which is really nice, but it doesn't really offset when I go over budget. It doesn't even itself out. So I think just really focusing on getting myself back on track, only using my debit card, and then for those big expenses, putting it on the credit card so I get those bulk reward points. Everything is calculated here. I used my budget category worksheet that I've set up to use the highlighter method. This is what the budget mom uses. She uses the highlighter method. I love it. It's actually visually appealing. And what's interesting is I think the most transactions I had in a specific category was actually from investments. I think I have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of these transactions were for investments, which is fantastic. So that was a total of $72.31. Not too shabby. So let's close out the first 2 weeks here. Remember, this is the calendar I set up, and then this is the budget that I had used for the first 2 weeks of the month here. And my income was exactly what I had predicted. I had $1,652. I don't believe I had any rollover. I didn't use any sinking funds. Oh, and the payback. So let's actually calculate that. For payback, I had the 150, and then I did have the 200 that I also had. However, these two transactions aren't actually being counted since it was like an in and out. I guess it was an out then in situation. I just didn't count that. So really just 150 was the extra income that we had. So really just the 150 is the extra payback income that we had. Okay, so let's calculate what the total income was for the month, which was $1,652 plus 150. So $1,802, so 100 less than we were expecting. I did already write down exactly what each category was just to save us a little bit of time on here. And then I think we can calculate it all together and see what the total rollover should be for the next 2 weeks. So my rent was $10 under budget. My Acorns investing was exactly as I expected. And then my therapy, I did have an extra session, so I did have $25 over budget. So if we add that all up together, so that's 1090 plus 40 plus 50, so 1180, and then we need to subtract that from 1802, so 622 left over. So grocery, I was over budget. I'm not surprised because I think I really overestimated my ability to only spend $50 in 2 weeks. Groceries are just insane. It's every time I go to the grocery store, I'm spending $20-$25 for very basic things. Eating out, I did pretty good. I was only over by about $10. Gas and car, I only filled up once, so I have been filling up for about $48-$50 each time. Gas here in Seattle at Costco, I paid $4.70 yesterday, which is really hurting the pocketbook. fun and entertainment, I only went to one Sounders game, so it was only $41. And then miscellaneous was over by a lot, which is not great. So it's $166, and then travel and pets was nothing. So let's add up exactly what I spent. So $92.75 plus $59.33 plus $48.13 plus $32.31 plus $41 plus $166. So $439.52. Okay, and now we have to subtract that from $622. So we have $182 left over and 48 cents. So we're just gonna say 182, so I don't have to keep writing the decimals. I ended up not putting anything towards the savings challenges, which I wish I would have, but I just didn't have the time to go to the bank. Like, whatever excuse I could have made for myself, I made it. So I didn't put any money towards that. So we had 182 left over. I didn't put anything towards debt. Again, shame on me, but you live and you learn. Times in the past, we're moving on. So I had 182 and 182. Nothing went to student loan savings, nothing went to house. So I do have $182 to roll over to the next 2 weeks. I am not proud of myself for the first 2 weeks of May. I'm really hoping to do a lot better in the coming months and weeks, I should say. And hopefully I can get a lot of like debt paid off and just a lot more towards my savings. You'll see in the next video, I'll do a lot more of that in terms of setting up and really making sure I am allocating the right funds. And after I film this, I am gonna go to the bank and make sure I take out the stuff for my sinking funds immediately, so there's no like reason for me to not be saving. A goal I have probably by the end of June is to move all of my like sinking funds that I have in cash to like a digital savings account. I have been using Ally Bank for their high yield savings account, and you can have little buckets, which are basically different categories. So I'm hoping to do that with my sinking funds, so it's a lot easier when I do my budget to just transfer the bulk amount and then allocate the funds based on which category they belong to. So I hope this video was helpful. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate each and every one of you watching this video, and I'll see you on my next one real soon. Bye!